Well, first of all, I'd like to acknowledge Jai Hindley, who, of course, West Australian cyclist, who, of course, has had international success in Italy last evening. So congratulations, and what a wonderful achievement for a West Australian athlete. I'm joined here by another Jai and, another Ashton and another Cameron, who are West Australian-born cricketers. Very proud of our West Australian-born cricketers. And, of course, Christina from the CEO of WA Cricket. Because Western Australia will be once again welcoming back international cricket. And what a fantastic thing this is for WA and for cricket lovers in Western Australia. It's been a 2-year hiatus because of COVID, but now international cricket's coming back, and we're very excited about this because we'll see, of course, on Wednesday the 30th of November, we will see the West Indies, the first test, West Indies versus Australia here at Optus Stadium. The West Indies, my memory of the West Indies goes back a long, long way. And, of course, we're very excited that test match will be played right here in this world-class venue in November. And in January, during the school holidays, on the 17th, Friday the 17th of January, we're going to host the final match of the one-day international series, and that match will be against South Africa. Brilliant for cricket lovers in Western Australia, and of course those that we want to entice across here from interstate and internationally to not only experience cricket on this magnificent venue, but of course experience the magnificence of Western Australia. But it's also a great signal for cricket. You know, cricket has a great history in Western Australia. We produce, of course, like these two guys behind me, and of course our women's team, some of the best cricketers in the world. We have a wonderful heritage for that, and we are very, very proud that once again international cricket is going to be played here in WA. We'll keep, of course, working on making sure that Western Australia, and particularly the stadium here, is included in future fixtures going forward. But it's just brilliant. It's brilliant that international cricket returns. I expect that we're going to have brilliant crowds here. Cricket is one of those international sports that attracts a lot of attention, a lot of excitement. And for those young ones, the young men and women, young girls and boys who continue to play the great game, this is a great opportunity for them to come along with their mum and dad, their grandparents, their families, and see international cricket at its best played right here in Perth, Western Australia, at the Optus Stadium. So I hand over to Christina to make a few comments. Again, I just want to acknowledge Christina because she's a great administrator of cricket in Western Australia, but also is an award-winning cricketer. The West Sports Awards earlier this year, acknowledged her stewardship of cricket in Western Australia. We're very proud and very pleased to have someone of the calibre of her leading cricket in WA. So over to you.
Thanks, Minister. Yes, very exciting for us in WA to know that international cricket is coming back this summer. We can look forward knowing that we've got through the worst of the pandemic period and feel confident about the first test on the 30th of November going ahead here. Another historic occasion, first time that Australia and the West Indies will play at this magnificent stadium, and with the way the West Indies have played recently in Test cricket, it looks like it's going to be a fantastic event. And of course, at the back end of the holiday period, we've got South Africa coming to play Australia here. So again, more historic fixtures here. WA been crying out for international cricket for it'll be 3 years by the time it comes here, and so exciting to be able to put the boys behind me on show again and have WA's cricket-loving public being part of the international cricket series again. Do you want to do questions now? Or yeah.
Can you believe how hard you've had to fight for international cricket to come back here?
No, it's a lesson in never taking anything for granted. You wouldn't have thought 3 years ago that we'd have the disruption here that we've had in terms of having international cricket here, and for that matter, Big Bash League cricket. But it's exciting to know that now things have settled. The calendar resumes what it was naturally before, and that we're back on the schedule. And look, I've got to also thank our members. 70% of our members have rolled their membership onto next summer, which is a really something we don't take for granted and are very grateful for. They had the option to get their money back last year, but to have 70% of them roll it over and go, yeah, we'll be there when it comes back is fantastic.
It's such a huge blow to lose the Ashes earlier this year, so with the ODI, are you confident you'll get in that crowd numbers here? What sort of numbers would you expect?
Yeah, look, it's hard to say, but we've been averaging 25,000-30,000 here for international cricket, and we would expect to do equally that or even better because people will be hungry to see it. It's also coming off the back of the World Cup, so there'll be a familiarity about the really good West Indies players, and they always do well in those tournaments, so there'll be a bit of hype around that. So yeah, we expect to get really good crowds for that next summer.
What about the poor cricket fans over in Queensland? Do you think that they're a bit sad today that they've missed out?
Oh, look, they might be. But they'll do all right. They've done all right the last couple of years, so I'm sure they're very happy for us today.
Pick up the phone and offer any condolences?
No, there's a lot of discussion going around about the schedule. There was a real keenness to have the first test here and to be playing that test in prime time on the East Coast. And we've been talking about that for a long time to take advantage of our time zone. So it's good to see that that's finally happened. And unfortunately for the Gabba, they did lose their record a couple of years ago of being undefeated there. So I don't think anyone now has the kind of hoodoo about it that they used to.
Are you hoping to make that a regular thing every summer?
Look, we look at it series by series because when England tour, we're very happy to be the third test of that series. So it's a bit of a horses for courses for us. You know, having it earlier has advantages and disadvantages. So I think this year coming off the World Cup and them being the first test is a really exciting thing. But in an Ashes series, you know, it suits us well to be the third test. A lot of English visitors come across to watch the test here and then go to Melbourne and Sydney for Christmas and New Year. So that works well for us and works well for the government.
There's been a lot of different reasons as to why you missed out fixtures in the past. But is all forgiven today?
Oh, look, you have a bit of a blow up at the time and then you move on. The pandemic was something that was very difficult for everybody, and as we know, everybody across the world dealt with it differently. And within cricket, how we dealt with it, you know, was up for much debate, but you move on pretty quickly. The important thing is the sport survives, and you know, we're probably one of the few sports who was able to get their entire schedule away, albeit not as in the places that it was scheduled, but we didn't miss out on any matches, and you've got to congratulate cricket across the country for being able to do that.
Have a chat to the players.
Yep.
Fellas, go forward. They'll ask you for some curly ones. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
What would it mean for you to play to play in front of your family?
Yeah, it meant the world to me. Unfortunately, WA's been starved of cricket for the last few years. Obviously, I haven't played a home game yet, so yeah, to play here would be a dream come true.
Have you spoken to your family after this announcement? Are they excited that they'll be able to see you at home?
Yeah, definitely. Maybe spending the time at home would be awesome as well. I actually haven't played too many games here at Optus. Unfortunately, our home ground's at the Wacker, but just having the home fans here would be unreal. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Jump in, mate.
Nice, eh?
Jump in, mate. Well done, mate. Brilliant job. Brilliant job.
This is executive producer.
Brilliant job.
David.
Yeah.
Will it be weird playing internationals here compared to over in Queensland that you're used to? Will it be strange looking out on these grounds?
No, everyone really likes playing here. I think the atmosphere you get at Optus is like no other in the country. It's a one-of-a-kind stadium. Everyone says it's like the MCG, but a bit better, to be honest, and all the players certainly feel that too. We've got a sporting pitch out here, and it suits the way Australians play cricket. So if we get a really good crowd, it'll be an exciting atmosphere.
You've played Big Bash cricket here before. What's it compared to playing international cricket?
It's all, you know, as soon as you get enough people in here, it's amazing. It's so loud. You feel like the crowd is honestly right on top of you. So it's got that sort of Coliseum effect, I think. which is a lot of fun as a player. You feel that bit of anxiousness, that nervousness, and flat out excitement that you want it to feel like when you're a kid coming here. So, yeah, and it just allows for a good standard, fast outfield, fast pitch. So international cricket, big bash cricket, if we get a good crowd, doesn't matter.
How hard is the past few years been for you as cricketers?
Mm.
And could it sort of relieve to see that things are finally going back to normal, I guess?
It's been pretty tough. You know, a lot of quarantine, a lot of time away from families. I reckon I've done 6 or 7, 2-week quarantines here and there, a few in hotels and stuff. But it depends on which way you look at it. We've been lucky. A lot of people lost their jobs in the last couple of years, and we've had ours. We've been able to travel, and we've had a lot of exemptions as well. So very lucky, but it is nice to be able to travel a bit more freely and spend more time with the people you love.
I know a big crowd any time you walk out to represent the country, but what does it mean to do it at this ground, in front of local fans?
Just to know you have the people who sort of love you the most in the crowd watching you, your local fans. You can have an impact on all the young girls and boys that are here to watch as well. I think that's really, really important to have local players playing in front of their home crowd. It's just huge for the next generation coming through, and it's exciting as a player. I think that's probably the best way to put it.
For you, when you look at the opposition you'll be taking on, anyone in particular that would excite you about going up against?
Well, the West Indies are actually a really exciting team. When you play against them, you never really know what's going to happen. They can be extremely destructive. They hit the ball further than anyone else in the world, and we felt that when we went there in the West Indies. So they're one of those teams that could be incredible to watch here.